Did you know that Times Square wasn't always known as Times Square? This bustling hub, which pulses with the heartbeat of New York City, was originally designated Longacre Square. It's a name that might sound unfamiliar to you now, but it harbors a significant part of New York's history. We're about to embark on an exciting journey, exploring the intriguing twists and turns that led to the birth of the Times Square we know today. Intrigued? Buckle up as we dive into the fascinating history and development of Times Square. Our journey begins in the early 19th century when Times Square was merely a horse trading market. A rather unassuming start for the illustrious square we know today, wouldn't you say? Back then it was a far cry from the neon lights and bustling activity that now define it. In fact, it was more commonly known as the Longacre Square, named after London's carriage district Longacre. As New York City began to grow and evolve, so did Longacre Square. The surrounding area became a hub for carriage manufacturing, and the square itself transformed into a bustling marketplace. Horses, once traded here, now pulled elegant carriages through the square, a testament to the city's growing prosperity. This period of growth was not without its challenges. The city was rapidly expanding, and with it came the need for better infrastructure. In the late 19th century, Broadway, one of the city's main thoroughfares, was extended to meet 7th Avenue. This intersection formed what we now know as Times Square. But Times Square wasn't always a symbol of prosperity. In the late 1800s, the area was known more for its vice than virtue, becoming a hotspot for gambling and less savory activities. It wasn't until the early 20th century that the city decided to clean up its act, transforming Times Square into a cultural and commercial hub. And so, the humble horse trading market evolved into Longacre Square, a hub for carriage manufacturing, a symbol of the city's growth and prosperity, and a testament to its resilience and ability to adapt. But the best was yet to come. Longacre Square was about to get a new identity. Enter the New York Times, whose arrival in 1904 would forever change the landscape and the name of this bustling square. That's right, folks. The New York Times, the newspaper that's been a staple in our morning routines, was the game changer for this iconic square. So how did it all happen? Well, the Times decided to move its headquarters to a new tower on 42nd Street, right in the heart of what was then known as Longacre Square. This wasn't just any move. It was a strategic one, with the Times publisher Adolph Oakes envisioning a new cultural and commercial hub in the city, a place where people could gather, where news could be shared, where life could be lived in the most vibrant way possible. And with this move, on April 8, 1904, Longacre Square was officially renamed Times Square, forever imprinting the newspaper's mark on the city's landscape. But the Times didn't stop there. Oh no, they wanted to make a statement, a grand announcement of their arrival, and what better way to do that than with a celebration. So, in the very same year, they decided to host the first ever New Year's Eve celebration right in Times Square. Imagine the excitement, the anticipation, the energy pulsating through the crowd as they gathered to ring in the new year. It was a night to remember, a night that started a tradition that has continued every year since, making Times Square the place to be as the clock strikes midnight on December 31st. The Times' arrival in 1904 did more than just change the name of this bustling square. It changed its identity, its purpose, its very essence. It created a landmark, a beacon of culture and commerce, a place that has since been synonymous with the heartbeat of New York City. The Times had indeed changed, and so had this iconic square. And it all started with the newspaper's vision, a move, and a celebration to mark the beginning of a new era. From its renaming in 1904, Times Square has witnessed a century filled with changes and development. This bustling intersection has seen the rise and fall of eras, each leaving a unique imprint on its vibrant canvas. Let's delve into the intriguing chronicle of Times Square's transformation. In the early 20th century, Times Square quickly became the hub of New York's theater district, with grand playhouses springing up along 42nd Street. The square was alive with the pulse of entertainment, as the city's denizens flocked to see the latest Broadway shows and vaudeville acts. The golden age of Broadway was in full swing, and Times Square was its glittering heart. But as the roaring 20s gave way to the somber 30s, Times Square mirrored the nation's struggles. The Great Depression hit hard, and the once thriving theaters fell silent. Yet, resilient as ever, Times Square found a new light in the darkness. The first neon signs began to flicker, casting a glow of hope amidst the economic gloom. The post-war era brought with it a different kind of change. The 1960s through the 1980s saw Times Square descend into a seedier phase. The bright marquees of Broadway theaters were replaced by adult movie houses and strip clubs. The square's reputation took a hit, and it was no longer the family-friendly destination it once was. But as the saying goes, the night is darkest before the dawn. In the 1990s, Times Square began to shed its unsavory image. A concerted effort was made to clean up the area and reinstate its former glory. Slowly but surely, the adult establishments were replaced by retail stores, restaurants, and commercial offices. The theaters, too, saw a resurgence, with Broadway once again becoming synonymous with Times Square. The turn of the millennium ushered in a new era for Times Square. The neon lights were replaced by gigantic LED screens, lighting up the square with vibrant, ever-changing displays. The New Year's Eve ball drop became a global phenomenon, drawing crowds from around the world. Today, Times Square stands as a testament to the city's resilience and adaptability. It's a place where art, commerce, and entertainment intersect, a place that's as alive at midnight as it is at midday. It's a place that's seen the best and worst of times yet has always emerged stronger. And so, the story of Times Square continues to be written one day at a time by the millions who pass through its streets. It's more than just a tourist destination or a commercial hub. It's a living, breathing symbol of New York City, a place that encapsulates the city's spirit of constant evolution and relentless pursuit of dreams. Times Square had indeed transformed, becoming the crossroads of the world. So, what a journey we've taken traversing through the history of Times Square. We've journeyed back to the birth of this iconic landmark, nestled in the heart of New York City. We discovered that what we now know as Times Square was originally named Longacre Square. It was a humble horse exchange, far from the dazzling lights and bustling energy it exudes today. We also dived into the pivotal role of the New York Times, the illustrious newspaper that led to the renaming of this square. It was in the early 20th century that the newspaper shifted its headquarters to a towering skyscraper in Longacre Square, prompting the area's rename to Times Square. This move marked the beginning of a new chapter, setting the stage for the square's transformation into a global icon. We then explored the evolution of Times Square through the decades, witnessing the dramatic changes it has undergone. Times Square has been a mirror reflecting the city's triumphs and trials, a canvas painted with the colors of history. From the glamour of the Roaring '20s to the challenges of the Great Depression, from the vibrancy of the post-war boom to the struggles of the '70s and '80s, Times Square has stood resilient, adapting and evolving with every change. Today, Times Square is more than just a geographical location. It's a symbol of the city's unyielding spirit, a testament to New York's resilience and constant evolution. With its bright lights, towering billboards, and pulsating energy, it is a spectacle that draws millions of people from around the globe. Whether it's New Year's Eve celebrations, Broadway shows, or just the mesmerizing buzz of the city, Times Square has something for everyone. But beyond its glitz and glamour, Times Square is a living, breathing entity that continues to evolve. It's a place where history and present intersect, where cultures blend, and where dreams come alive. It's a testament to the city's past, a mirror of its present, and a beacon for its future. As we reflect on our journey through Times Square's history, we're reminded of the enduring power of transformation. Just as Times Square has evolved from a humble horse exchange to a global icon, we too have the power to transform our own lives, to adapt, evolve, and grow. Times Square, a testament to New York's resilience and constant evolution, continues to stand tall, embodying the spirit of the city that never sleeps.